if someone was new to bodybuilding and new to men's physique and they saw that, they'd be like, oh, is this photoshopped or is this actually what he looks like? And to a lot of people's surprises, it's a real photo of Ali Bilal, man. And the tan complements him so nicely, just how detailed that midsection is, how well he controls that core. Like, you can tell this guy doesn't skip out on vacuums. We're starting to see it now, even in the open classes, where the guys are now needing to control their abs, because it does take away from the look and it can make or break you and your placing on the day. In terms of the front shot, Ali Bilal has this on lock.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Men's Physique Show. I have the two hosts accompanying me, our boy from the down under but never down and out, always bringing you the good news, our boy, the Australian voice of Men's Physique, Avon.
Don't play
our
with
boy
him.
Phil Naselli.
Don't
Let's
play
go,
with
give it
this
up.
guy. Don't play with him.
Around kangaroo style, you know it. And then, of course, the glue of Men's Physique, the man who's been bringing you the news for over 5 years, super influencer, not just an influencer, super influencer. His name, McGravy, Hart McGrath, let's go. And the gaffer, Aline Bolton, IBB Pro Masters. Happy to be here. Let me just tell you guys, when I say this episode is going to be monumental, this is going to be one for the ages. We have so much going on. I want to shout out our Horde. The Horde. Listen, we love you guys. We've gotten so many fans, had so many fans reach out to us asking about advice with their posing, their diet, coaching. When are we dropping interviews and episodes? What we're going to be doing at the Arnold Classic. Man, we're going to answer all those things for you guys in this episode. And we have some specific reveals we're going to do. Hart, break down what we're doing. Let's go.
Lean with the heat. That gaffer energy, boys, is why you need to subscribe to the channel if you're not. Welcome back to another episode of the Men's Physique Show. Phil, how you feeling?
I'm excited, man. Look at this. Look at us. We're all in unison today, all with the Horde jumpers. They're looking really cool. 2 weeks. 2 weeks to go before the big dance, man. It's coming around fast. Updates are getting hotter and hotter and hotter. The athletes are showing everything at the moment. And we've got a big episode today. We've got a big episode, like Aleem said, big reveal as well. So can't wait to get stuck into it. Aleem, how you feeling?
Boys, man, what an exciting week it's been. Like, first of all, my environment was great. So there's that, being out there in Mexico, out there in Cancun, that was really, really cool. Hanging with the fam, Mom Dukes and everything for her birthday. That was awesome.
Shout out to Aleem's mom, had her birthday in Cancun. Make some noise,
Happy birthday.
Let's go. Mom Dukes, yes. Represented. Would not be here if not for her, clearly. So there's that. And the pops. So there's that. But yeah, man, it was great. It was great just vibing with you boys throughout the week. We did a lot of business. We got a lot done. And Andrei, wow. What a conversation.
What a man.
What a guy. Yeah, this has been a phenomenal week. So yeah, ready to rock. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Speaking of Andrei, like Aleem said, do you boys just want to touch on the person Andrei Deiu is and how just warm he was, his heart as a person, how he welcomed us. There was no anxious, there was nothing. It was just flowy brotherhood between us all. Aleem, what'd you think of that interview with Andrei?
Man, Andrei doesn't do a lot of videos at all. He said he's only done like one other podcast really other than ours. And that already resonated a lot with me and obviously with him, because it's a platform of trust. It's a platform where, athletes can come here and be themselves and, really delve into their journey, what they've had to overcome, who they are as a person, and really give an up close and personal with the fans. So I just want to thank Andrei for doing that. But man, in terms of a human being, what an honorable guy. Like, this guy could be so conceited and have his mind he's the most popular men's physique athlete that's out there. He could literally let that go to his head. But the dude is just so humble, down to earth, he's got the look, but doesn't look at me having the look speaking for him, speaking as him, he goes, man, I've been given these gifts. I've been given these opportunities. How can I help my family? How can I help my mom, my dad, my sister? How can I help my friends? Like, that's where his head is at. Guy's a giver, not a taker. And that resonates really well with us because that's in line with who we are. Absolutely one of our brothers. Absolutely down with the Horde. He's one of the Horde members, Horde brothers. Let's go. What do you think, Phil?
Agreed with everything that you've said, man. Like when we jumped on and before we even hit record, like it felt like he was one of the boys. It felt like he was a guy that we've known for years. And, all three of us, we've been following his career, his journey, for years now. And, just listening to him talk and listening to his story and just how genuine and how humble he is. And like you said, Aleem, most Instagram followers in the men's physique division, you can tell he doesn't let that get to his head. Like he's so grounded. He wants to give back. There's times where he feels like he's not deserving of where he is. Like just feels like he's another person. But the hard work and the dedication that he's put into not only his bodybuilding career, but his modeling and his social media game has all paid off. And yeah, such a really, really nice guy, down to earth guy. And I can't wait for the Horde members to hear the full interview when it does drop.
It's going to be a special interview.
Let me ask you something. What? I mean, there were so many parts that really stuck out. What was something that really stuck out to you during the interview that just really, really like touched you? What took you in a special place?
I would say that he is who I thought he was on Instagram. He's just a bro. He's just like one of us. Because I think it's so easy for a lot of people to get caught up in his numbers and his modeling and how he looks and his status, both on stage and off the stage. And you hope that he is just like a humble bro. You hope that he's just like everyone else, and he was, and I felt that in that interview. So I love this guy. Yeah.
Did you become more of an Andrei Deiu fan now that we've interviewed him?
I did. I didn't think it was possible.
Hard to believe.
I did. And then I know, Phil, you and him are fucking like FaceTiming constantly now.
Yeah,
you guys are like best friends.
I'm telling you, we're chatting all the time. Like even on the interview, like one thing I said to him was, "Hey, mate, you got to give me a list of restaurants when I do head to Dubai later this year." And he goes, "Yeah, for sure." And he told me to hit him up when he's in Dubai, man. So that it just goes to show, like I said, the type of guy that he is welcoming of everyone. And doesn't matter how many followers he's got on social media. Like if you're a down to earth person and you vibe with someone, why not befriend him? And I'm honored to say that Andre is now one of my mates and one of the boys.
Andrei Deiu, welcome to the Horde.
Let's break this down, boys. We are 2 weeks out. Andrei Deiu, Aleem, I'm going to go to you first. But before I do, let's talk about this. Andrei Deiu, just 2 days ago, Horde, he says 2 weeks to go outside of the Arnold Classic. He says, I won't lie. These days have been very challenging mentally. Low calories / carbs, 2 workouts a day, doubting myself, sleepless nights. I'm hungry 24/7, but I know in the end it will be worth it and it will make me grow stronger mentally. The best is yet to come. I also saw in his story, Aleem, that his battery is low. You're looking at the physique. I want to ask you, how is Andrei Deiu looking 2 weeks out of the Arnold Classic, Ohio?
Thanks, brother. When it comes to Andrei, I want to be very specific here and granular because Andrei has so many high points to his physique. He has a lot of high points. I mean, the chest is always full and super striated. No problem there with the chest. I think he's going to dominate. He and Emanual and Brandon are probably going to be very, very dominating in the chest area. Paul Gustav is up there too. I think the arms are perfect right now. Does not need to touch arms. Arms look very, very detailed. You see the separation in the muscle. Biceps from the delts, the triceps from the delts, from the biceps. He looks very, very detailed there. I love it. His back looks phenomenal. Pause. And very, very detailed, thick, of course. He continues to bring up the back. The look is always there. My biggest concern with Andrei is that midsection. That's my biggest question mark. We saw the update, and I just want to make sure that our guy does not cave in, and I don't think he will. We don't think he will, especially hearing him. He's one of those guys that has been gifted genetically been blessed genetically. Back in the days, he might have taken his foot off the gas pedal a little bit and, being younger and, why not? Let me, just get a cheat meal here and there, right? That was a great part in the conversation when he goes into some details there. But, he's more mature now. He cares more. He's playing for something bigger than himself. So I just want to see that midsection come in. That midsection comes in, definitely top three. Top three hands down. Don't know where he'll place, but top three hands down. Andrei Deiu, incredible physique, looks amazing. What do you see, Phil?
Yeah, to your point, I think, and he's admitted this as well, the midsection is always the hardest part for him to bring in. But I know he's working with one of the best coaches in the world at the moment. He's working with Stefan, so boss of Outlaw, and he's got some phenomenal athletes. He's worked with I'm not going to try to say his surname because it's very, very hard to pronounce. He's got Andrea Mamoli, who's also competing in the classic physique division, and these guys come in super peeled, super sharp. Now with Andrei Deiu, having the right coach in his corner who'll be able to pick in correctly, he's been working with him for a hell of a long time now. The guy knows his body well enough, and I believe that this will be the best version of Andrei Deiu that we've ever seen. I feel like it's going to be the most conditioned version of Andrei Deiu that we've ever seen. As long as, like you said, that midsection comes in, he's got every other body part. He's got his arms. I don't think he said he's trained arms in like 3 years or something like that. He's a hyper responder when it comes to his arms. So he doesn't touch his arms at all, but everything's come in. His back is looking nice. It's very conditioned, very detailed at the moment. So yeah, this guy is a front runner. He's a front runner for a reason. And, a couple more weeks to go. Keep digging, brother. Not long to go. I know you're doing this one. I know you're doing the UK show as well. So keep digging. And the finish line's in sight.
Yeah, Andrei, we're rooting for you, bro. I'm thinking back to the interview. What Andrei say? Because he gave his official predictions, which I won't officially say. I'll wait for the interview for you guys to hear it from Andrei first. But myself, I would be very, very surprised to see this physique outside of the top three. What do you guys think? Is this a top three Arnold Classic 2026 physique, like almost guaranteed?
Yeah.
Hands down.
Hands down. I mean, the posing is there. The tan is there, the look is there, the stage presence we know is going to be there. The controllables are all there for him. He's already got the physique. Bro, he's got a beautiful X-frame. Again, it's just that midsection. And the midsection plays such a huge part in men's physique. I mean, we all know that's, a major body part that the judges want to see dialed in. That's what separates us a lot of times from the classic guys and the open guys. So, he just has to have that peeled and dialed in. But to your point, Phil, with his coach, with Stefan and, Ventura and everyone else that's on his side, man, and been doing it for years now. And with the shift in his mindset, and after what we just said on the show, I seriously would doubt if he came in and that midsection wasn't dialed in. He's ready to sacrifice and give it all. So,
and he's got the mullet. Know how much money the IFBB?
He's got the mullet. Yeah.
Know how much money the IFBB will make off that top three photo with him in it? Imagine if he's not in it. That shit ain't gonna go viral.
Beautiful.
Andrei, you look great, bro. The battery may be low, but hopefully after watching this, like you say you do, it charges you up a little bit. Andrei Deiu, 2 weeks out of the Arnold Classic. Put the predictions down below, Horde. Let's move on to Emanual Hunter. The GAFA threw up a really dope reel of E-Man. Make sure you guys go check that out. Had to do with our interview where he reveals a lot about his training and his back and how everyone wants, even Andrei Deiu said Emanual Hunter's going to have the best back. He wishes he had a back like E-Man. Check out this reel. Check out the interview. Emanual Hunter. Avon, I'll throw it over to you first. He says, as of 12 weeks come to an end, so 12 weeks into his prep, I'm standing here 2 weeks out from the Arnold Sports, and this look right here is one of my favorite looks to date. Not because it's perfect, not because it's easy, but it's because of what it cost. These last few weeks weren't comfortable. They were earned. Early morning, late nights, empty tanks, silent battles, sacrifices nobody sees, hunger that humbles you, cardio when your legs don't want to move, training when your body is screaming to stop, vengeance because I remember every doubt, every overlooked moment, every time I was counted out. Ooh, I like where this is going. He says, but humility because I know none of this happens alone. The discipline, the grind, the growth, the bigger than the ego, it's purpose, it's gratitude, it's understanding that The same fire that fuels you can also burn you if you don't respect the process. Emanual Hunter, who's been fourth in the world at the Mr. Olympia previously, says 2 weeks out isn't just about conditioning, it's about character. This prep stripped everything away. No shortcuts, no excuses, just work, just faith, just relentless pressure, and that was applied daily. And through that pressure, something sharper was built. I'm not chasing anyone, E-Man says, or should I say Emax says. I'm not proving anything to the world. I'm honoring the standard I set for myself. Vengeance is my work. Humility in my heart. Vengeance. I keep hearing Emax say vengeance. Phil, what is up with the word vengeance? How is E-Man using this? Give us a little bit of context, what you think this is, and then break down the physique for me.
The first thing I want to say is this is what I love about bodybuilding. It tests you left, right, and center. It brings out a character in you that you may not have known about, a side of you that you may not have known about. And E-Man's using that to his full advantage. You know, he's been working hard over the last month or so. I know we've spoken to him and he actually wasn't at home. He's been traveling and doing other ventures while still prepping at the same time. And I can only imagine how hard it would be to not be at home and not be in your comfort zone and not be around, you know, your normal routine and your partner and stuff like that. It will take a massive toll on you. And to be able to have to do it on your own in a way, do it solo, pick your butt up when you don't want to do it. You know, go to the gym and do your cardio when your legs aren't, you know, they're giving in on you, and not having someone like Liz behind you saying, hey man, go to the gym, do your cardio, do those steps, eat your food, whatnot. I know one of his other ventures is, I'm not going to reveal it, but it's the complete opposite to what he would typically be doing in bodybuilding. And to be able to still have to do that and work towards that and do the prep at the same time, I know how hard it is mentally to just focus on a prep when there's all these other distractions going on around. And I wouldn't call them distractions, but other things happening around your life. Because with bodybuilding, it does require your full focus, your full attention. You to wake up on those days that, you know, you just don't want to do anything. Your body's fighting you left, right, and center. And I'm glad that he's been able to push through, you know, with all, you know, everything that's going on in the men's physique world at the moment. I mean, you know, a couple of weeks back, there was that debate between him and Ben, and he's put that to the side. And maybe that was the fire that he needed. Maybe he needed that extra fuel to get him through the last couple of weeks and get him to the position that he's in. And I'm rapt to hear that this guy loves the way he's looking right now. And he should be. He should feel happy and proud of the look that he's currently bringing. He looks insane. You know, you can see the conditioning, you see the detail coming through. He's nice and full in the chest. The arms are nice and full. Take a look at the legs, like the definition in that quad, that teardrop in that quad, like everything's coming together really, really nicely. I can tell now he's back at home. That famous sheet that he takes his posing photo in front of, that's how I know he's back at home. So looking forward to seeing what E-Man's going to do in the next couple of weeks. He's going to just really dial things in now that he is in the comfort of his home. Now that he does have Liz next to him every single day. Now he does have the routine with and the familiarity of, you know, the environment that he wakes up in every single day in the gym that he normally trains at. He's going to step things up in the next couple of weeks, and it's going to be exciting for E-Man. Hey, Aline, what do you reckon?
Love it, man. That was right on. The only thing that I would add briefly is just that two things. One is that his transformation in 2 weeks is freaking phenomenal. Like, you look at E-Man's back, and he's always, you know, got that wide back, but the level of detail that he's been able to execute and develop in the past 2 weeks, you know, I literally, and I think we'll need to post this. I'm going to shoot this to you boys, and maybe we can get this in the edit here. But I took both pictures, the picture that he had 2 weeks ago and the most recent update that he sent us. And when you compare them and you look at them, it's like clear as day. You know, it's clear as day that he's been putting the work in and he's gotten crispier. His abs have gotten crispier. You know, if you look at the past 2 weeks again, his abs from 2 weeks ago versus just the recent photos, you can see way more dialed in. Now I can see the definition in the abs now, and you can see the anterior serratus coming in very nicely. So, I mean, he's got 2 weeks to go. You know, chest is always going to be there. Wide clavicle, small waist, the Goku of his family. Like, bro, just bring that Super Saiyan. That Super Saiyan mode we call Emax. It's no longer E-Man. When he gets in this mode, we're calling it Emax. Okay, because then he's not playing. Then is all it's all out, all in, putting his chips all on himself and ready to get after it. He and Liz taking their chips, putting it on him. I mean, the guy is just looking freaking phenomenal. Love to see, because I was a little nervous. I was a little nervous there, a few weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I was like, man, but we heard it from Mike. E-Man, it'll get to the last day or the last couple of days, and then everything just crystallizes and comes together. So it's beautiful to see. We are wishing him nothing but success and victory, and hope that he just continues to stay the course, because it's working for him. That's what I got. What you got, Hart?
Aleem, let me ask you, part of the reason, were you a bit worried? Did it have to do with his first prep ever with Coach Will Sage? If so, if not, you can tell me either way. This is the latest update. E-Man's update that we just showed you guys was from a couple of days ago. This is less than 24 hours ago from his coach, Will Sage. He says different high days this week, daily check-ins, fine-tuning from here, and he tags his athlete, Emanual Hunter. What do you see here, Aleem?
Man, I see, first of all, everything that you want in the back, he has. So anyone who can literally copy and paste his back onto themselves, if you're an amateur, you're winning. You're going to blow everybody out the park. If you are a pro and you have a nice front shot, again, we say this all the time. If Brandon had this back, he would never lose. Bro, he'd always win. There would be no show. He could show up literally 85, 90%, not even 100%, and still win probably every show, because it's just that dominant, and his front is that dominant. So when I see this, I just see a guy who literally in the past 2 to 3 weeks has carved his back like a fine sculptor. And then I look at the front shot. The front is getting dialed in. That's really his thing, is just dialing everything in, because it's the conditioning for E-Man. E-Man never has a problem with the size. He's always going to have full shoulders, full chest. Right now we're looking at a beautiful chest, beautiful shoulders and everything, going down into a very narrow waist. But the back has gotten more detailed. The abs have gotten more detailed. His coach looks like he's really, really leaning in on the information that he's received from Mike, and just, observing E-Man turn it into who he's turned into, which is now Emax. When he brings the best, he's talking about vengeance. When he brings the physique that he did not bring to the Olympia, which is the vengeance, I believe, that he's talking about, that V from vengeance is going to turn into V for victory. And I hope that he's able to realize that, because, like you said, Phil, he's burning both ends of his candle. He's got his eye focused on the Arnold Classic, and then he's got business ventures that he's doing also right now. And we're fortunate that he shared that with us. We won't reveal, because he's going to do that in his own time. But kudos to him, man, building his legacy, building his future while staying present and going for heads, ready to take heads in the Arnold Classic. So it's just beautiful to see.
Phil, you want a piece of that?
Nah, that's a perfect way to end it, I reckon. I reckon he's hit the nail on the head. It's going to be an interesting next couple of weeks. It's going to be exciting to see what Will does do with E-Man. I think E-Man said that was probably going to be the last check-in photo that we might see in the next couple of weeks. And who knows, next time we might see E-Man would be on that Arnold Classic stage. And it's going to be a sight to see. First peak week under Will Sage. Mike did say that E-Man is one of the hardest, or was one of the hardest, I should say, athletes that he ever had to peak. And I'm really, really excited to see what Will can do with him.
E-Man will still send us pics. He's going to send us updates. He's got to send us updates. Come on now.
Brandon
Before we get into
Hendrickson.
we get into the next one, Hart, I just want to quickly shout out the Horde. Our YouTube count is growing every single week. It's really, really crazy to see, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So we really appreciate the Horde for their continuous support. But if you are new here, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're enjoying the video at the moment, make sure to like the video, drop a comment, because it really helps the algorithm, as well as tap the bell icon so that you're one of the first people to be notified every single time a video goes live. And right after that, there's a QR code on the top right corner. Take a photo of this episode, upload it to your social media, upload it to your Instagram story more specifically. Tag the Men's Physique Show official, Aleem Bolton, Hart McGrath, and Philip Desalle, and we'll reshare that on our page too.
Subscribe. Let's go.
Thank you, Phil. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the only Mr. Olympia showing up and competing at the Arnold Classic, Ohio. Brandon Hendrickson, he already has one in his pocket. He told us he was going into dark mode, and then all of a sudden I'm looking at his Instagram the other day. My guy's out in the street, shirt is off, and I'm just saying, if I was driving my car, I'd probably wreck my damn car seeing this insane physique, because no one walks around looking like this but B. Henny. I believe he's back in Las Vegas. Avomp, I'll throw it over to you first. Let me read this for you before I do. Brandon says, the things we eat and how we treat our body now have a direct correlation with how we're going to look and feel months from now, years from now. The results you will see even days from now all come from how we're eating and training our mind and body right now. When I think about this and think about the results I want and the way I want to look and feel, this is my motivation to do things properly and keep myself accountable every single day. So here's some ways to help keep you accountable. He says, giving some pointers out. You got to love it from the Mr. O. He says, setting clear and measurable goals and expectations. Number 2, he says, don't blame circumstances for your fate. Take responsibility, Avon. Number 3, he says, stay in control of your mind, habits, and actions towards your goal. Phil, you're one of the top coaches in Australia. You're a phenomenal physique coach with many transformations with both men and women. What do you think of Brandon Hendrickson's post?
The first thing I want to say is I don't know if the road rules are a little bit different in the States to what it is in Australia, but if you're at a pedestrian crossing, you've got to wait for the person to fully get off the road before the car can drive off. Now, the person in that black minivan must have got so distracted when Brandon was crossing the road because Brandon didn't get a chance to get off the road. I'd probably do the exact same thing, to be honest with you. If I saw Brandon crossing the road, I'd be distracted. But what do I think about Brandon? I mean, the mentality on him is insane. Like, every athlete on the pro circuit just knows how consistent this guy is. I mean, he shows up day in, day out. He puts it on his stories. He does the same thing every single day. You know, it's almost like you don't need to know Brandon to know Brandon. You know, he's waking up in the morning. You know, he's having his episode of vinegar. You know, he's going to show his dog. You know who his dog is. You know, he's going to go to the gym. He's going to upload videos. You know, he's associated with dark sports. This guy is just a man of routine. He's a creature of habit. And that's what bodybuilding does to people. It keeps you locked in. It keeps you zoned in. It makes you do the same thing over and over again. A lot of people think it's crazy, but for us, we know we're not crazy. We know this is a lifestyle for us, and we live and breathe that thing every single day. Now, to your point, Hart, Brandon did say that he was going to go into dark mode. Didn't last long. I think this was literally uploaded like 24 hours after he announced that. But the guy's got the mindset of a champion. The guy's got a physique of a champion. And the guy's going to show why he's the front runner, why he is the favorite in Ohio in a couple weeks' time. And I'm looking forward to it.
Brando Calorisian. Okay. B. Henny. Brandon Hendrickson. The triple champ. I mean, you could go on and on in terms of aliases that you could associate with Brandon, but one alias you have to put with him, like you said, Phil, consistency, discipline, right? Focus, laser focus. Brandon will get busy anywhere, anytime, drop on the floor in the middle of the street, get his hands dirty, do some push-ups, do pull-ups anywhere. You know, he's locked in. And one thing I love, besides Cooper, his dog, love Cooper. Cooper's so cool. Is every day he puts, today's going to be a great day. Man, I see that and it just resonates with me. And I go, hell's yeah, today's going to be a great day. And my day turns out great. And my day turning out great is a day that turns out great for the Men's Physique show, which then turns out to be a great day for the Horde, which then turns out to be a great day for all of our fans, which then turns out to be a great day for all the fans' families and friends and so forth. That's impact. You know, something as simple as a little post like that goes a long way. And you don't know the ripple effect that it has. That's just intangible. You don't see the intrinsic impact that has until it actually becomes realized. And someone comes up to you at a show or later and says, man, what you did hit this person this way, and then they got me into it, and here I am, and now I'm into Men's Physique, or now I'm a fan, or now, you know, I've changed my life for the better. And that's what Brandon does. He makes people be better version of themselves by just being him. So love to see this man get after it, get up, stay consistent, stay focused. And shout out to Coop for getting his weight training in as one of the most physique centric dogs that are in the game right now. Cooper, shout out to Coop. Look at him. Look at him.
I got to say, Brandon's got the best training partner in the world, if you ask me.
Right, getting his he doesn't need a gallon of water, but getting his liter
fire
in,
hydrants.
pissing where he needs to, marking his territory. Like, look, I'm coming for it. You know,
Cooper's working those glutes on the walk.
Hell
nice
yeah.
That's a nice effective glute exercise, that one. I actually want to get a pair of, before you get into it, I want to get a pair of these shoes because I reckon these are the shoes of champions. I think they're the Nike Vomeros. I've seen him wearing them. I'm seeing Andrei Deiu wearing them. I'm like, this must be the secret to be one of the best athletes in the world. So if you see me, boys, if you see me rocking these Nike Vomeros in the gym in the next couple of days, you know why.
Hey, Nike, why don't you be a sponsor of the Men's Physique Show? Well, actually, we're not looking for sponsors. We're looking for partners. So be a partner of the show. Let's go.
What do you reckon?
No, I'm going to throw back at you, Phil. I thought he was in Vegas for this prep, but I'm looking at the comments. Your light is in Miami is definitely brighter, bro. And as you saw him doing push-ups, my dude's in Miami. Is he in Miami doing this prep? Like what's going on? I mean, watch this video. This looks like Miami. This don't look like Las Vegas to me. You'll see him by like the ocean. And
I was going to say,
reply.
I was going to say, you asked. I was going to say,
I
you
feel
asked
that
the
I'm
Aussie.
coming back. Yeah,
you've asked the Aussie if this is in Miami. How the hell am I supposed to know this is in Miami? All I see is water.
It does look like Miami though when you look at the buildings so close to the ocean like that, to the water. That is, and the palm trees and stuff. It does have more of a Miami look to it than LA. I've been to LA, and LA is nice, but if this is LA, I haven't seen this part. This looks definitely more like Miami.
But his story's in Vegas, isn't it?
His story?
Unless he went to Miami. Yeah.
I never know.
Is that
That says Las Vegas right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless
He's
he did a pit
messing
stop
with
in.
us.
Yeah, I think he's throwing everyone off.
What's he doing?
Brandon, where are you? He's like Waldo right now.
He's playing mind games. He's making everyone think he's in Miami when he's in Vegas.
East Coast, West Coast.
He's probably in New York. I don't know where this guy is. Where's Wally?
What do you boys think of this? Who wants to take this on? How important is this to do weeks out before the show?
Bro, can I just touch on something real quick with this? When you get grassing done, because that's what they're doing right here. They're doing some grassing. They're doing a lot of stretch recovery. This is all recovery work. When they go into the abs and start digging into the abs, oh my God, one of the most uncomfortable feelings. There's a fit model, a pro fit model, who does work on me out here in Atlanta. And she's phenomenal. And I just want to say, when she starts digging into my abs, it is a problem, bro. I'm like, oh my God. But you can't be a wuss. You can't be a wuss on the table. So you gotta just deal with it and take it, because if not, you're gonna be known as the little biatch, and when you leave. So I love this work, but it really is great because it gets a lot of those knots out. It allows you to get full range when you flex your muscles. So especially like the back work that's done, you can really have like your lats lock up on you, and getting this type of treatment will allow you, like when you do hit the stage, to really like get your lats out. They're able to stretch, maximize the width that you have in your back. It showcases the muscle better. Sometimes your muscles will just lock up and seize up on you, like that grassing right there, really to get a lot of the lactic acid pushed through and those knots pushed through. So it's just beautiful to see, man. And it gives you a better look, and it lets your muscles look healthier. They look grainier against the skin. This is just something you have to do. If you're an athlete and you're not getting work done to you, you're not getting treatment, be careful, because that's what normally leads to injuries. By not getting this work done, again, you have muscles that are seized. You start compensating with other muscles, and you go to do the same thing that you've been doing, for weeks on end, a simple dumbbell press, and you go get those hundos or hundo 20s, 120s, 150s, whatever, and you throw those bad boys up, and, one of your pecs are really, really tight, and you haven't gotten any work done. Next thing you know, you're using your hips to try to get it up, and your legs, and you're driving through your legs and all this other stuff, and then something pops and you're injured. So get the work done for sure. What about you, Phil? You're a great coach. What do you reckon when it comes to body work?
I'm fully for it, and it's good to see that a lot of athletes are now being proactive rather than reactive. back in the day, people would only go get massages and physio work and any sort of work like this done when they got injured. But now you see a lot more athletes, not only athletes, you even see the general population nowadays or everyday gym goers. You see them walking around with the cupping, the bruises on their back and they're getting the needling done. And it's good. Like what I love about what Brandon's doing, you call it grassing, we call it scraping over here. And this thing hurts, man. This thing hurts. And for you to actively break down that tissue as a therapist, that's the only way you're going to do it. Because of the amount of muscle that these guys have, it's very, very hard to get deep into that muscle. And no Thai lady at the local massage parlor is going to be able to do that either. So the beauty about fascia, or scraping, I should say, is it actually breaks down the fascia in the muscle. So it helps with blood flow, helps with elasticity of the muscle as well. And for someone like Brandon and the rest of these IFBB pros, it's great for their posing, great to keep them a little bit more flexible on stage, help them to contract their muscles a little bit more, and more so help them to grow muscle down the track as well. So yeah, all this sort of work is really, really good. And like I said, a lot more people should be getting it done. Don't wait till you're injured. Be proactive with things. Limit the injuries that you get, reduce the injuries that you get, and you'll be a much better athlete and much better bodybuilder, I should say, for it as well.
Another thing too, Phil, would you agree that you don't want to get this done a couple of days before the show, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to get scraping or grassing, whatever you want to call it, fascia work done, because it'll cause bruising. It can cause bruising, and then that shows up when you're on stage. So you don't want to have any bruising. You don't want to look like you're holding any water. The muscles get inflamed when you do this because they've been stretched, they've been pushed, they've been pressed up against, and then they fill out with water and everything. So you don't want to do this, a couple of days before the show. If you do get grassing done or some type of, I shouldn't say grassing, you definitely don't want to get grassing, but if you do get any type of body work done, would you agree also that it's got to be very, very light if it's before the show? Just touch a little bit, but you can't get anything seriously done a week of the show. Yeah.
Agreed. I feel like if you're going to get any of this type of work done, it's got to be at least a week, maybe 2 weeks before the show, just to be safe, especially if it does cause any bruising. Like, for example, if you're getting the suction cups or cupping done, that's going to leave bruises. And the last thing you want to do is jump on stage and these bruises haven't come down and you've got all these, it's like you've been attacked by an octopus all of a sudden the day before the show. So you want to be doing all this sort of stuff, 2 weeks, I would say, at a minimum. At a latest, maybe you probably push it to 1.5 weeks. But anything after that, just light massages, just to keep the body fresh, keep the muscles loose, and just to avoid any sort of bruising on that stage.
You know what also helps, boys, with a lot of this, and athletes are getting more and more cognizant of it and leaning a lot more into this type of work, this alternative medicine, which is stem cells. Stem cells are so phenomenal. I was literally talking with Omar Speights from LA Rams the other day, and he's a linebacker. He's phenomenal athlete, and we talk about like just some of the injuries that he's had to deal with, and hands down, stem cells are the way to go. Stem cells will literally take you from having an injury that lags and nags you for 6 months, and get that shit, pardon my French, get that out of your body in like 48, 72 hours. I mean, it is a game changer. It can be a little pricey, but you want to go to the right doctor. You want to go see the right person who knows how to administer. They know which stem cells to get, how fresh the stem cells are. They keep them, incubated in the fridge. They keep them on ice so that that they're ready to go. They do an IV drip into you while actually doing the injection of the stem cells, so that you maximize the recovery and you maximize the benefits from the stem cells. I had it done on me. Use whoever you want to use, but the boys here at the Men's Physique Show, we use the Dr. Swag himself at the Center of Wellness and Pain Care. He is phenomenal. Has locations in Vegas as well as in Atlanta, and branching off into Jamaica and other locations as well throughout the nation. If you can get some type of a consultation with a guy on his level that also goes out and trains other doctors in this medicine, you want to sit down with them, and at least hear what they have to say, because it can be a game changer for your career. It can literally take you from, placing outside of that first call out, because you can't
get your lats out or you have restrictions to literally being in that first call out or possibly winning because your body is in optimal shape. It's responding exactly how you need it to. Your poses, you're able to hit all your poses, turn, and have the dexterity that you need in order to really showcase your physique on stage the right way. So, high suggestion, by the way, use us. You get a Supreme code 30% off, I think, right now using the MP show, MP30 with the doc. So that's our code. You want to use that. And like I said, the consultation is free. You get a consultation, you get 30% off. Why would you not do it?
Damn straight. Damn straight. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Hendrickson, 2 weeks out. Is he in Vegas? Is he in Miami? We don't know. All we know is he looks absolutely phenomenal. Let's throw it over to Brazil.
Drop your guesses in the comments.
Please, yes. Drop the guesses in the comments. Another guy that we just interviewed. I didn't even see this update. Dilson Espendola, the Brazilian Ryan Terry, gave us a brand new update. And man, the guy looks good. This is probably going to be one of the most exciting newcomers to watch at the Arnold Classic. I'm also rooting for this man. Obviously, we heard about his story. We have this interview dropping shortly, boys. Make sure you tune in to that, boys and girls. He's got the look. He's got the muscle. Aleem, I'll throw it over to you first. What needs to happen for Dilson to crack that top 5 at his very first Arnold?
Those abs have to come in like he's done in the past. Like right now, obviously, we're a couple of weeks out, but he has to get crispy in those abs right there. The waist is coming in nice. The lats are there. The shoulders, a little bit more capped on the shoulders, and bring in those abs. If we expect him to, if those abs are just super, I'm talking bacon crispy. I'm talking that turkey bacon. You hear it sizzling in the pot, and you're like, man, I can't wait to get that. It smells so good. Like you need that type of crispiness in those abs. He gets those, it's on. You know, this is an athlete that knows how to showcase his physique. This is an athlete that doesn't shy away from the stage in the big moments. And he's an athlete that only expects to win when he steps on stage. He doesn't expect to go second. There's no doubt in Dilson's mind where he's going to place when he steps on the stage, ever. Now, you know, that remains to be seen how the judges perceive him because it is a subjective sport. But in his mind, he's coming for the W. So I just want to see, to your question, Hart, those abs continue to come in, the obliques, the intercostal muscles, all that has to just be there and be really, really tight. And the shoulders just need a little bit more capping, and he's going to be fine in my humble opinion. What do you boys see? What do you got?
Hart, what do you reckon? I'm going to throw it to you.
For Dilson to get that top 5,
Yeah.
I mean, last time we saw him on stage, this guy brings, I don't know who said it, but he brings that saran wrap type look. I mean, you're looking back at these stage videos, man, he peaks really nicely. Like that is what you want to look like. He's dry, he's full, he looks like a marble statue to me. I want to see his midsection against the Brandons, the Emans, the Deius, and I want to see if it truly is tapered enough to continue hitting the Superman pose. You know, I've never seen Dilson hit a side pose, you know, a twist of the hips. I think with the right coaching, it could be a really powerful pose to him. But yeah, my focus is on the midsection as well. I don't think we're really worried about anything else with Dilson other than, you know, bringing his posing, bringing his stage presence. How is the abs going to look? And for me, Phil, back to your question, is that midsection actually small enough to be hitting that Superman pose? What do you think, Phil?
That was the one thing that came to mind when I saw this photo here. Like, he does look like Ryan Terry. We can all agree with that. But one thing that I've noticed over the last couple of weeks is his waist is a little bit blockier. You can tell from where the right where the hip meets the what's that V section, how it kind of pops out a little bit. Now, I don't think that's body fat. I think that is just how wide or how thick his waist is. And I'm not going to say that he's got a crazy wide waist. It is a little bit wide, but it's not super wide where it's going to jeopardize his look at all. But I'm with you, man. Like, I would love to see Dilson hit that one hand on hip pose, because, you know, it will make his waist look so much smaller. It'll bring out his delts a little bit more. It'll bring out the thickness in his lats a little bit more. and to both your points, we know that the back he's got a beautiful back. It is nice and big. It is meaty. It is detailed, but it's that midsection that's worrying me at the moment. Like you both said, there is still 2 weeks to go. Is his coach going to dial him in a little bit harder? Is he really going to crank up the heat with his cardio? Is he going to be throwing diuretics in? Is he not going to throw diuretics in? All these questions will be answered in a couple of weeks' time, but at the moment, he's got everything going for him. Like I said, I just would love to see him with that one hand on hip. And Dilson, if you do watch this, feel free to send us a photo of it because we would love to see it. But also making sure that core and that midsection is nice and tight. But based on his previous packages, like he does come in thick skin lean. And when we saw him up against Edvan Palmera, he was inside out peeled. So I'm really hoping that he brings that same level of conditioning to Ohio in a couple of weeks.
Two things real quick. For Phil, I'm going to say pause for Phil 3 times over after that dick skin peeled comment. So pause on that. And then the other thing too, Phil, what do you mean if he watches? He's already told us he watches our show religiously every day. Like most of the athletes do. They watch us and they check us out every day. Why? Because we're bringing the good news. And we're bringing real news, and we're bringing information about posing and diet and recovery and mentality and everything else that it takes in order to be a champion. And the boys, everybody feeds off of that. Champions are attracted to other champions. Just like they should be. Like attracts like, right? In this case, so very, very excited to see what Dilson's going to bring. The gaffer will be in the building at the Arnold. So I will be filming and sending it to the boys, and we're going to be doing some really, really quick edits and reels going out like crazy and talking. Obviously, we won't violate anything that's going on with the Arnold because we do not want any smoke from the Arnold. We're collaborators with them, but we're gonna. It's going to be a phenomenal week ahead of us here in 2 weeks. And if you're not at the Arnold, you absolutely want to be following the Men's Physique Show because we will have on the spot, instantaneous updates going on as they compete, what's going on at the expo, at the athletes, behind the scene things going on with the athletes as they prepare to hit the stage, in between prejudging and finals and then even after finals. And it's going to be dope. So you want to tune in.
And on that, if you're Horde family, if you are at the Arnold and you see the gaffer, go up to him, say hi, get a photo with him, share it to your social media pages as well. The gaffer's on a mission to make me and Hart as jealous as possible. So if you guys do see him over there, make sure to get a photo with him, have a chat to him, say hi. All three of us would love to see it.
Hells yeah.
Here's a little sneak peek of what the angle could be though, Phil and Aleem, for that one hand on the hip. I think it could work for him. I think it could be very beneficial to his future to start learning the one hand on the hip. Dilson, again, if you see this, man, send us some videos or photos. I know you're a couple weeks out, probably don't switch up too much before then, but I would love to see what it looks like. I think he has the muscle density to really make that pop and make that look amazing.
Agreed.
Vitor Chaves, here we go. Brazil in the house, looking like a beast, bro. Vitor looks amazing, man. I love watching Vitor. Been doing his Pilates like crazy. I guarantee you guys, he's going to be one of the best posers on that stage, without a doubt. Him, maybe Brandon. Vitor Chaves, insano. I know what that means. The Brazilian Old School Maramba News posted this. Aleem, I'll go to you first on this one. Vitor Chaves, 2 weeks out. How's he looking from the last time we talked about him a few weeks ago?
Vitor V-Taper Chavez. I mean, put the V in V-Taper. Vitor does. I just love his look, bro. I love how his shoulder to waist ratio is just so dialed in right now. You could see he was bigger a few weeks ago. He had more weight on him. He had more size on him. And you're going to lose that naturally. You're just going to lose that as you go and you get closer and closer to the show. And you dial in, that fat is gone. That fat is a thing of the past, and it's just pure muscle at this point for V. Obviously, he's gonna be fuller. He's probably a little flat here. Very detailed, but just a little flat. He doesn't have the carbs in like he will the day of. So it's going to be interesting. He has just one of those unique physiques that when he carbs up the day of, everything just bubbles up. I mean, it's like putting dry ice in a drink, and you just see the bubbles start coming up. Like that's what his muscle bellies do when he gets carbs in his system. So I'm excited to see this look right now, and even more excited to see what it's going to look like at the Arnold. We're going to be behind the scenes chopping it up with Vitor. I'm going to be there, and I think we might even have a sneak peek as he gets ready with him and Cuts as they get ready for the show. And I might be in the building, in the room with them, vibing out. So we'll see how that goes. But excited to see our boy V-Tape. He looks amazing. Phil, have you noticed certain subtle differences with Vitor from the posing perspective or anything over the past couple of weeks? And his physique?
In terms of his physique, I mean, he's like you said, his physique has dialed in immensely over the last couple of weeks. Like the detail in his back, the detail in his core, the striations coming through his delts. Like, and I've said it in previous episodes, this guy's got one of the nicest silhouettes on the IFBB Pro circuit. Just how wide his watts are. His watts are. That's a new one, isn't it? How wide
and lats. Right.
Is watts. Just how wide, like just the width of those lats, how small his waist is, how he manipulates his posing. And to your point, Hart, this guy will have one of the best posing on that stage. By adding in that Pilates, man, that is going to be so beneficial for him. Just the range of motion that he's going to be able to get, just how more fluent he's going to be, how less stiff in terms of like the muscle breakdown. Like he'll be able to just execute his poses a lot more.
I didn't even see this. I didn't even see that he posted us talking about this. You see that,
that's
Aleem?
us. Yeah. You
Look
didn't
up
notice
top.
that?
That's us. No.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go
that.
from the
I
show.
didn't
That's
notice
right.
that.
This wasn't even him. I think this is his Pilates instructor that posted this. But
Why aren't we collabed?
yeah, just
Yeah, we need to be
Exactly.
collab with this. We're about to
want to
post
reach out
this,
to
yeah.
it. What?
the hell?
Yeah, this is this is good to see. Now, and I'm sure that there's going to be a lot more men's physique athletes after seeing what Vitor's doing. They will probably take up Pilates. You know, a lot of men think Pilates is for the females, and you know, as gym heads or bros, we go in the gym and we lift weights, and that's all we do. But when it comes to, I mean, we saw it with the golden era. We all saw the footage of Arnie doing ballet. We saw, Franco Colombo doing the ballet as well. So success leaves clues, and doing little things like this to just give that 1% edge over your competition. And that's what, when you think about it, when you're at this level of bodybuilding, it's all about finding that 1% edge. And if it means doing little things like this, doing your Pilates, picking up ballet, in addition to your weight training and your cardio and your diet and your posing, you got to do what it takes to win.
I agree. You know what, boys, too? Pilates creates and develops like yoga does and Tai Chi. It creates this mind-muscle connection that you don't, like, if you have problems, he had mentioned before in the interview that he has some challenges being able to feel his back, right? So that's why his back didn't develop like his front did. And now he's able to connect the mind with the muscles in the back. You see the added development of his lower lats specifically. You see how he didn't have lower lats like that before, especially not as detailed. So if you go back a year or two, his back has totally become, a lot crispier, a lot more detailed, thicker. And now you can appreciate the lower lats. He's always had the silhouette. He's always had that V taper, but the level of detail and the thickness wasn't there. His Christmas tree now looks like a legit Christmas tree. Like now you can put this up in the house, a couple of weeks before Christmas, go wrap those presents and just get prepared to put them underneath the Vitor Chaves tree that you just purchased, right? Because that's what he's got here. I love the look. I love that he's into Pilates. He's being a trend setter instead of a trend follower. And to both of your points, him doing Pilates is going to change the game for a lot of guys. Many guys who you don't even know that are pros do yoga. And I know specifically because we talk about it, right? And you boys, we all know, the three of us know. You have a lot of athletes that do yoga. Pilates is a whole nother level, in my opinion. Well, it's a different level. I shouldn't say it's a whole nother level, but it's a different level because now you're getting the elasticity and the lengthening of the muscles as well as the control of the muscle. So not only is it the mind-muscle connection, but it's also the lengthening of the muscle as well, which gives you a very unique look. So just love what he's doing, man. I can't wait to see it showcased on the stage on the Arnold.
I just want to
do you have him? Do you have? Oh, sorry about that, Phil.
Yeah. I just want to quickly follow up on that because one of the best posers in the game at the moment is Kyron Holden, and that guy's a yoga instructor. So it just goes to show, like, these guys are doing things outside of bodybuilding. Kyron and Vitor, and we can all agree that they are some of the best posers in the league. So it just makes all the sense in the world for a lot of athletes that, hey, pick up these little things and pick up these little I wouldn't call them sports, but activities outside of bodybuilding to just amplify, your posing routine and your training as a whole, because you can activate muscles in the gym, but you can activate them so much more effectively by including something like Pilates or yoga in, within your training regime as well. So just want to add that in there as well. But Gaffer, back to you, mate.
Yeah, I want to ask Hart, because Hart has been following Vitor since his beginning, right? And he's been following Vitor's journey for years now. Hart, what have you noticed about Vitor and his transformation in his physique and potentially his mentality since you first started covering Vitor?
Man, that's a good question. Vitor's evolution, his physique and his mentality. Physique-wise, it's just been a very slow but positive development in terms of his muscle maturity, his posing, the midsection. Something I've always been kind of critical of Vitor is just making sure the midsection is dialed in, because he's just so muscular and so bubbly. Sometimes I feel like even the midsection can get a little distended. So with the work of him and Cuts over the last few years, as he's told us, they've gotten much better working as a team, and they focused on that midsection. So the midsection for me was my biggest issue, and now this may be one of his best strengths, because he has a really dope looking midsection. It just needs to be tight and controlled. As far as the mentality, you know what? Every time I think of Vitor on stage back in the day compared to now, it's still very confident. I feel like he always really had powerful stage confidence. There's nothing I can see in the past versus now. We'll see. I mean, I'll finish answering your question after this year's Arnold to see if I see any more in terms of his mentality just being up there on stage. But this guy, after interviewing him, I love how he treats other people. So the mentality from like a kindness, humility standpoint, it's phenomenal. This is another guy that I would like to see hopefully become the Mr. Olympia one day because of the way he handles himself. The evolution of Vitor Chavez from a physique-wise mentality has been beautiful to see. This is the direction I think the Manions would want to see a future Mr. Olympia going, with the physique, tapering down the midsection mentality, treating the others around him in a very bright light. I mean, he's a wonderful father. Here he is teaching his kids how to work out. Yeah, I love Vitor, man. He's the man.
Yeah, love it.
I got
lucky.
I got lucky. I didn't have any brain farts there. Let's let's switch up the mode and let's head over to Afghanistan. I mean, I don't know where this guy is internationally, but he moves around. 2 times he's been to the Mr. Olympia AVOMP, and 2 times he's gotten second place at the Mr. Olympia. He's been there a few times. And as we know, Ali Bilal months ago, insane physique. As we know, I'm getting distracted by the physique progress, or by the physique. He said, I'm going to do 2 of the biggest shows on the men's physique circuit. I'm going to do the New York Pro and I'm going to do the Pittsburgh Pro. In fact, AVOMP, I got an update for you. He says, Phil, I'm 12 weeks out from the New York Pro and 13 weeks out from the Pittsburgh Pro. Today, we officially started our cut. Time to get shredded. I want the predictions right now. I know we don't know who's going, Phil, but do you have Ali Bilal winning both of these shows?
That's a really good question. That is a really good question. I mean, what happens if Ryan shows up? What happens then? Probably won't, but if he does, I don't know. It's hard. I mean, he's definitely in the mix. And if this is his starting point, like, this is a great starting point to be honest with you. Like, the abs are there, the obliques, you can see them. He's obviously a little bit fluffier than, being on stage, but this guy looks good, man. He looks good as a starting point. In 12 weeks time, I mean, that's plenty of time to dial things down. And one thing that resonated with me with Ali is the fact that he said on our interview that he needs to be ready 4 weeks out from those shows. So if he's going to be ready 4 weeks out, that gives him an extra. Oh, so hang on, when's the Pittsburgh? The week after that? Okay. Disregard what I was going to say because I thought the Pittsburgh was a little bit later. But he's got to go. Even though he's 12 weeks out, he's going to dial things in 8. And he dials things in 8. He is going to be someone that's going to be in the conversation. He's going to be, I mean, obviously depending on who shows up on the day, we don't know that at the moment, but you can't deny that Ali Bilal is going to be one, maybe two, whoever as a front runner or as a favorite in that show. You got me jumbling my words around.
The Afghan Blade. Okay, we're talking about a guy who is so detailed. His front shot is now become legendary. He's growing the back. We can see his back has gotten wider. Ali Bilal, not only is he laser, like he's always a front runner when he hits a show. We know that. His posing is perfect. Like he has some of the best posing that's out there. He has stage presence like a mug. Like check, right? Check when it comes to posing, check when it comes to stage presence. Tan. He gave us the inside scoop with the tan, right? Why does Ali look so golden and so just right? Like the tan just fits him perfectly. He dropped that in the interview. If you haven't seen it, you better. You know, if you're an athlete, amateur or pro, something to really consider. Sam Sulek is doing it. Sam Sulek's checking it out.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Sam Sulek's going to the Arnold, doing the Ali Bilal tanning method. I know I am in my next show. That's for sure. Later this year. So, bro, the guy is not only a wealth of information, but he's got the heart of a champion. It's just a matter of time for him, like he said, and we all agree. And he's just always going to bring it, and is not scared of the moment. Nothing is going to get under his skin and rattle him from not being able to perform at his best when it's time to hit that show. So, Ali, the boys are rooting for you for sure. But those two shows, wow, like, again, someone who's not scared of the smoke. He's looking for it. And you know, top 10 athletes are going to be at the Pittsburgh Pro and at the New York Pro. I mean, why would you not? We know that there's going to be some serious competition there. I don't know. I don't know who show. Banks might be showing up to one of those, or if not both of those shows. Brandon is probably going to show up to one of those shows at least, if not both. I know. Well, we know he's going to the Pittsburgh. He'll probably do the New York Pro. You know, the Arnold's going to be a crazy show. But imagine the Pittsburgh and the New York Pro. I think the only show that might top out one of those three shows is going to be the Gold's Classic. The Gold's Classic,
that's a big one.
Show is probably going to be better than the other three shows in terms of athletes participating, your top athletes, because it's the last show before in order to make the O. It's the last show that you get to actually compete in before it's the Olympia. So I think that show is probably going to be stacked, like even more stacked card than the Pittsburgh or the New York Pro. But I don't know, man. We got 4 shows that are going to just be hitters. And it's starting with the Arnold Classic. You got the Pittsburgh Pro. You've got the New York Pro. And then you've got the Gold's Classic coming right dead last before you can get into the Olympia. So, man, I'm excited to see this, man. I'm just excited for this year. What a great time to be in men's physique, boys. What a great time.
Who do you think might be at the New York Pro? Because Ali's starting prep now. I think Erin put up a photo that he's starting prep. Isai Kesek put up a photo that he's starting prep. Do you think we would see Brandon doing it? Do you think we would see Edvan doing it? Do you think we would see E-Man doing it? Who do you reckon will be at that show?
I say yes to everybody other than maybe E-Man, maybe because of the other business ventures he's got going on. But that would be the only thing I can think of. Would be E-Man, maybe not. I'd love to see a lot of our other athletes like Buwan get in there from around the world. I love to see he get in there and crush it. Edvan, of course, probably will be at one of those shows. Would not be surprised. And Emil Walker, man. We gotta throw Emil Walker up in there, right? Like, imagine him in one of these shows to really see where he's at compared to a lot of these guys as he prepares to ride into the Olympia and elevate his status and his ranking from where he's been. This is the time for these boys to get out there and get after it.
Mm.
Art, who would be a perfect, like, give me like 5 to maybe 8 guys that you would want to see battle it out at the New York Pro Hard. Who you got?
You think my mind has the capacity for that? No. I don't even know if I could name 5 to 8. It's funny how like difficult that can be, even though we talk about 100 guys all throughout the week. I don't know about 5 to 8, Liam, but I'm putting my bets on Erin Banks is coming back for his title. He's coming back for his title. Erin, first of all, looks about the same conditioning wise as Ali to me. When you look at both of these, they look right around 12 weeks out for both of these guys.
Mhm.
Erin won it last year. Ali wasn't at the Pittsburgh Pro. Ali won the Arnold Classic. Erin got his butt kicked by Ali Bilal. So yeah, I think I saw a comment somewhere I was looking for. It said, Erin, you need to get your revenge on Ali for beating you at the Arnold Classic. Well, there's not a better way to do it than doing it at Tyler Mannion's Pittsburgh Pro in front of the head judges. I mean, that's what I want to see. I want to see in 12 weeks time, 13 weeks time, Pittsburgh Pro, Erin Banks versus Ali Bilal. And if the Pittsburgh Pro and the New York Pro, like Ali just said, is only a week difference, you can bet your money Erin is going to be doing both of those shows. So I think we're going to see Ali Bilal and Erin Banks both compete at the New York Pro and the Pittsburgh Pro. What do you think of that matchup, Avon? That's crazy.
I'm excited for it. That is going to be such a good battle. I mean, like you said, one's getting revenge, the other one got smoked the other time. Like, what a perfect setup for this. You know what I mean? It's like the biggest stage, one of the biggest competitions of the season. Like, it makes all the sense in the world. And yeah, I'm with you, man. Like, it makes all the sense in the world. They're only 1 week apart. You can only imagine how many of these top 16 athletes are going to be doing back-to-back shows at 2 of the biggest stages on the planet. So yeah, I'm excited for it, man. It's going to be a great battle. Gaffer, what do you reckon? You excited for it?
2 different physiques. 2 very starkly different looks, and both are just well put together and know how to show it off. So, yeah, I mean, game changers for different reasons and similar reasons in that.
Break it down,
as well.
Liam. Go into detail. I want to hear you break this down. I need a fucking reel.
I mean, let's talk about the front post then. All right, let's start from the beginning. When I look at Ali Bilal versus Erin Banks, I see Erin Banks as this athlete elite. Like, he's just one of those athlete elite type physiques that when you see it, you're looking at someone who can do damn near anything he puts his mind to physically. And when I see Ali Bilal, I see someone who's bust his ass in order to obtain the physique that he has. He might not be able to be as athletically gifted as an Erin Banks in all things, but when it comes to showing off the physique from the work that he's had to do and put in, it's almost like looking at, if I were looking at X-Men, Erin Banks reminds me a lot of like Colossus, and Ali Bilal reminds me a lot of Wolverine. Someone who has gone through hell and a handbasket and come back from it, like a Wolverine. Ali Bilal, seeing what's happened to his dad and, his journey through various countries and just trying to, being homeless and finding himself and now being who he is. And then I look at someone like Erin Banks, similar to Colossus, who was gifted to just be physically strong and big and, got that farmer strength and everything like that. He's got this athletic strength and zeal. I can see it. And both of them talk shit. So both of them leading up, I mean, this is probably going to be, fire and oil over here, like just throwing more oil on the fire or more gasoline on the fire with these two up. Because if they start talking, oh man, we're in for it, bro. We're going to be in for a ride of our lives in terms of the shit talking going back and forth between these two. And Ali Bilal doesn't shy away. He doesn't run from it. Neither does Erin Banks. So, if they're both competing, watch out, because it's going to be phenomenal. When they turn to the back, I mean, it's hard to beat Erin Banks. The only one who's there's only a couple of athletes that are on his level when it's time to face that curtain. Emax, when he's Emaxed out. Andrei Deiu is getting up there. Dilson's back looks phenomenal. It's going to be interesting to see him compared to everybody else in comparisons. If he's got the size, he looks great by himself, but will he have that size in comparison to the other guys who are going to be up there? And Emil Walker, his back has come up tremendously, looks great. So you've got guys who are up there for sure. Paul Gustav, phenomenal back. He's up there. Ali's not up there in your top backs, but he's definitely up there in terms of your top fronts. So it's going to just be interesting to see a shorter athlete compared to a taller one that's they both have wide clavicles, one who has a very, very small waist. I mean, to be so tall, he's got a very small waist. Ali's waist is not as small as Erin Banks, but he knows how to twist and adjust and show the dexterity in the hips where it covers it up very, very well. Boys, I'm excited. I can't wait to see these two show up. And we haven't even talked about Corey Morris, by the way. We haven't even talked about Corey Morris being in the mix. So
who I'd love
Break
to see? I was going to say before this, who I'd love to see in the conversation? Zhu Shenhe. I would love to see him fly over to the New York Pro.
Who's that?
To be put. Oh, I don't know, some guy that no one heard about a couple of years ago.
Some number 6 guy from the O who,
just some Mr. AI guy that everyone's talking about. But I would love to see him in the mix because think of it this way: you've got the champion, you've got the guy that's coming for the title, but you've also got the rising star, all in the same conversation. And I feel like it'll be a good test for Jushen because, came out of the blocks last year. Looks phenomenal. Everyone's talking about him. This is an opportunity before the O to just make a statement and say, hey, that was no fluke. Hey, I deserve to be in that top 6. I'm going to show the world why I was, 6th in the world, and what better stage to do it at than the New York Pro and the Pittsburgh Pro. I think it'll be a sick lineup. I think it'll be a perfect way to really assess his physique against some of the best as well. So, Jushen, if you're watching this, man, if you haven't locked in New York Pro and the Pittsburgh Pro, we'd love to see you there. But in terms of the Erin versus Ali Bilal matchup, I think Aleem, you're spot on, man. In terms of the front shot, Ali Bilal, no doubt about it, has one of the best front shots in the division at the moment. The conditioning, the look, the flow, the way that he poses, just
look at that.
You can't beat that. It almost looks AI generated. If someone was new to bodybuilding and new to men's physique and they saw that, they'd be like, oh, is this photoshopped or is this actually what he looks like? And to a lot of people's surprises who aren't involved in the bodybuilding scene, just to let you know, it's a real photo of Ali Bilal, man. And, the tan complements him so nicely, just how detailed that midsection is, how well he controls that core. You can tell this guy doesn't skip out on vacuums. And a lot of guys, which is great to see, a lot of guys are now doing the vacuums because that midsection, we've discussed it so many times, it's so important in this division, so important in any division. We're starting to see it now, even in the open classes where the guys are now needing to control their abs or their midsection because it does take away from the look and it can make or break you and your placing on the day if you haven't got full control of the abs. But in terms of the front shot, Ali Bilal has this on lock. But then when you turn to the back, there's no one beating Erin Banks from the back. Let's be honest. The guy just has it all. It's so complete. I use that word very lightly because when we say something's complete, that means there's no improvements that need to be made. And there's always ways that an athlete can improve on their best pose. And I feel like, yes, Erin does have the best back in the world, but I know he's not going to be complacent. I know he wants to be better because when we see people coming up the ranks, to your point, Aleem, you've got E-Man, you've got Paul Gustavo, you've got Dilson. These guys have great backs. And the more that these guys work on it, who knows? We could have a competitor down the track who we're then talking about and say, hey, this guy's got the best back in the world, blew Erin Banks out of the water. But in 2026, there's no doubt about it, Erin Banks has got one of the best backs in the world.
And speaking of coming up, that boy that Cuts has, Sugar Shane, wow. That boy's got a back for days. Pause. He's got the width, the detail, the thickness, everything. So I don't know where the hell Cuts is finding these people, man, but he keeps finding them. Kudos and shout out to Cuts, by the way.
He's got one of the best back radars in the game.
For real. Hart, who's a manifest athlete, by the way?
Dilson?
Erin?
Erin?
You know who else? You know who else?
We are.
That's right. The Men's Physique boys.
I've
Welcome
been
to
waiting
the
for-
great reveal. Let's do this, boys. You down?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I've been waiting
Tell-
for this
Tell 'em what
moment.
it's about.
Oh,
Hey, let me just tell you, boys. So the Men's Physique Show is partnered with Manifest board shorts, and we boys will be wearing our Manifest shorts when we hit the stage, when we're out and about, like at the beach, the whole nine. We are officially opening our boxes right now. The three of us received our boxes at separate times. Hart had his first. Then I got mine, and then Phil just got his because he's out in Australia, so it takes a longer time to go across the pond over there. But welcome, everybody, to the great Manifest reveal. Men's Physique Show. Let's go, boys.
This day feels like Christmas. I don't know how you guys have had these boxes in your house for so long and not wanting to crack them open, but we made it an agreement. We said we're not going to open these boxes until we all get them and we're all together. So the moment has now come. Feels like Christmas in February.
Oh my God!
I'm excited.
Here's to us.
We can't show sharp objects on YouTube, can we? So we're gonna have to hide this.
Sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I might have to edit that part out.
Nah, I think you were just out. Oh, hang on a second, Hart. Hang on a second.
Oh yeah, take the pics.
On what, Phil?
Bro, it does feel like Christmas. This is like one of the best Christmas gifts. Wow, let's go. Oh, yes.
Oh my!
I think I'm gonna start hitting arm day. I don't know what Alex and Dorian did with these boxes, but sticky tape, this thing's crazy.
Look at this, boys.
It even smells good.
I know.
Show them up.
Oh, that is cool.
Yo.
I feel like I just won my
Let's
OCB Pro card.
Let's go.
That is
Let's
cool.
see what they got up in here.
Let's see what we got. All right. Welcome to the team. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that is sick. Did you guys see? What are we showing off first?
What do you guys want to show the shorts or you want to show the cards first?
The card can wait. That's going to be last. Fuck, that is
All
so
right, card's
cool.
going to be last. I'll wait for that.
All right, so we've got the red. I'm going to pull these out.
You got red? I got purple. I got a purple one. Woo! They gave me another one.
I'm colorblind.
Let's go.
Oh, these are cool. Hang on. Let me open this one up.
Which one? All right, what you got? What color you got?
Ooh.
Oh, those blue look fire, bro.
Got the blue.
Match your eyes.
Is this the Ryan Terry blue?
Yeah.
That's the Ryan Terry blue,
How's the elastic on the band, though? The elastic on the band is nice.
right?
Wow.
Bro, one thing I love about Manifest board shorts is how they stretch and contour to your body. You know, a lot of other shorts, it is what you get. Whatever they give you is what you get. And then you got to like take them in and get them tailored and get them to fit right and everything and pulled in to the waist and all. Manifest, man, they just stretch to where your body is purport. Look at your purple. I got the purple too. Let's go. Let's go. They had to give you Purple Heart. They had to. Get it, Purple Heart? That's dope. And purple's your color? What you know about that? I think we're onto something.
My
I
dad
gotta
had a
say-
purple heart. Literally in the military.
Let's go. Your dad,
go-
Dan? Let's go.
I gotta say, the quality on these things are so damn good. Like,
Boys.
this is the first time I've properly held a pair of Manifest board shorts, and you can just tell how good these things are. Like, the stretch on them, the band being stretchy as well. Like, if you've got a set of wheels, these will complement those wheels so nicely. Like, you just see how well these will hug the quads. Oh,
What
man.
color did you get, Phil? You got blue and you got white? Or Aleem, what'd you get? You got
I got black, white, and gray. I love these
perfect.
colors.
That's sick.
I love
And
you know that's
Phil-
me.
You got a red.
Phil got the
sick.
red ones too?
That's you, Phil. Let's go.
Hey,
That's
do
sick.
you reckon the boys did it because of our backgrounds? Like,
It could be,
I've got
bro.
a blue and a red light here. You've got a purple light. And Gaffer, we know how much you love your. What colors did you get again?
I got purple and I got black and gray. Black,
Yeah,
white,
That's a
black-
dope
gray.
color. That's sick.
Black and grey would
Well,
be
just anything.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
It's
it.
so money. The purple are money. All right, what else we got? We got a lot of stuff in here.
Hey, I don't know if any of the Horde follows me on social media, but you guys know I've got one of those military style bags. This thing is going straight on there.
Definitely going on the Wolfpack bag.
100%.
Definitely going on the Wolfpack bag for sure.
And this,
That's sick.
wow.
Yo.
I might have to do what you seen Logan Paul, what he did with that Pikachu card, with that gold, with that necklace. I'm gonna have to get
I
one.
might have to diamond it out, bro.
I
Yeah,
might
I might
have
have to stud it out.
This is nice. Shout out to Alex and Dorian over there at Manifest, man. What you've done with the company, what you've done with the brand, you've elevated the sport so much in terms of the quality of the board shorts, and just putting athletes on the map. And we're super thankful and super proud to be part of the team because, yeah, I'm lost for words because this is one of the best moments of my life and our life as a collective. And we look forward to really representing the brand and taking the division to higher lengths in collaboration with you guys over there. So thank you so much for these. And guys, if you haven't already purchased or got yourself a pair of Manifest board shorts and you are competing in the 2026 season's not too far away. So head to the link in the bio below. Use our code there to support the channel and get yourself a little discount as well. But yeah, again, boys, thank you so much for this. We really do appreciate it.
I'm just going to drape myself real quick with some Manifest gear over here, guys.
You got the Manifest cape on.
So I'm rocking the Manifest cape right now. I'm feeling a little warm, a little cozy. Let's go. All right. Hey, seriously, great shout out again. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Dorian. You guys are doing, just to echo what Phil said, phenomenal job. We appreciate you guys, not necessarily just because of the shorts are great, but it's like a relationship when you meet, like when we met our spouses, our significant others. Yeah, they look good, but who they are as a person is really what takes them to a whole nother level, right? You can find someone who looks amazing, but have just a horrible personality, and a 10 drops down to a 6 or a 5, maybe even lower. You can find someone who's a 7 and they have a great personality, and then they're a 10. We've been fortunate enough to find with our spouses, they're 10s with 15 personalities. And the same thing holds true with Manifest. Not only are the board shorts a 10 out of a possible 10, but then the people behind it are that much magnanimous and great in terms of where their hearts are, where the vision for the division is going, and where their vision for their company, and how they value and cultivate relationships and partnerships. And that's why we're with them. So shout out to Manifest. Horde, if you are getting board shorts, do we need to say anything else? I mean, come on now. Manifest. The name says it all.
Tap the link in the description. Get your board shorts. 2026 season's around the corner. Look your best. Show off that physique with some of the best board shorts in the world. Let's go.
Let's go.
And just to wrap it up, while we're here, let's thank the rest of our sponsors as well. Physique, huge supplements. Kippy, Dr. Campbell at the Center of Wellcare. Am I saying that right? The Center of Wellness and Pain Care. There we go. Check out all their links in the description below. And Horde, if you've made it to the end of the video, make sure to firstly like the video. If you did enjoy this one, drop a comment down below as well. That really helps with the algorithm. And make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Tap the bell icon to be one of the first to be notified when episodes go live. And make sure to take a screenshot of this episode. Use the QR code in the top right corner. Upload it to your story and tag the Men's Physique Show official Hart McGrath, Aline Bolton, and Philip Naselli. And
also,
hold on.
We got one more that we got to drop. We have one more person we need to talk about, and we also have to shout out Huge, because Huge, man, I know Phil and I have our boxes on the way right now, and I've personally purchased their pre-workout. I've had it before. Definitely will wake you up, boys. Like, if you are looking for a pre-workout that's gonna bring it, this thing, it almost reminds me of, remember Jacked? Remember that pre-workout? You get it and you like this. Oh my God. I think I'm gonna have some of my PRs messing around when this thing comes in again. And I love that. I can't wait to get that.
Sour grape too? That's my weakness. I love sour grape.
I love it. I can't wait. So we've got these coming. We can't wait to start having them on the show. I'm going to be drinking it while on the show. Look at that. That pre-workout. Can't wait. Heart's already drinking some right now. Huge. Let's get huge. Let's do the damn thing. We got one more, or are we done for the show?
Talk about me a little more. That'd be great. Give me some more props.
By the way, have you noticed something about the gaffer?
I knew it. I spotted it straight away.
10 years younger.
He's got the baby
Bro.
face.
Look,
Two
28.
things. Two things I've been doing. Two things I did.
It's
One,
the Kippy.
you already know. I shaved the beard. That's one. And most importantly is the Kippy. Bro, I've been using Kippy 2-3 times a day. Man, my face feels so good. And I'm not saying it to sell them. I'm saying it because it literally feels amazing. I feel so good. My skin feels younger. It feels healthier. It's got a glow to it. Man, how are people not using this product? What is wrong? Let's go.
And when I don't use it, I find that my face, it doesn't feel or look as clear, you know? So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of dependent on it at this point. It's kind of like my little drug. I'm like, yo, I need some Kippy a few times a day. One thing I've been doing, because I got this from Phil was telling me that after the gym, how were you using Kippy? You were using after the gym, Phil?
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of when you train, like obviously your sweat and your pores all clog up, whatnot. I use it right after the gym just to get that debris off. I mean, with the gym, I mean, you're touching things, you're sweating, you got your towel, you're wiping your face, your head's going on the benches, whatnot. There's no better time to use Kippy than as soon as you get home and have that shower right after the gym, just to kind of unclog those pores, keep nice and fresh, keep the skin glowing. And we know how important it is to have clear skin, not only on the Men's Physique show, because we're the most prettiest looking faces on YouTube at the moment, but how much more important it is, you know, on the stage. I mean, we know it's all about presentation, and the last thing that you want to be doing is having blemishes and, you know, acne on stage, which won't complement your physique as a whole. So yeah, perfect opportunity to try it right after or use it right after the gym, but also use it in conjunction with the rest of your skincare routine. Put a bit of moisturizer on after it, get some hydrochloric acid, you know, good for under the eyes. Kippy, if you haven't started working on those products yet, make sure to work on those products too. Get the whole range up. But yeah, use it every single day. Use it as a daily. Use it a couple times a day. It's the perfect way to keep your skin nice and clean.
Got to look good on stage. Got to look good. Got to look good, period. You should want to look good. So let's go.
And that's it. Wrapping it up.
Wow, that was fun.
That was fun. And guys, thank you so much again for making it to the end of this episode. Enjoy. Like I said, thank you to all our sponsors. Subscribe, drop a comment, like the video as well. And other than that, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, your morning, your night, your afternoon, whatever time it is that you're watching this. And we'll see you guys in the next one.